Welcome to Her DIY Home. In this video, it's going to be a short, sharp video about showing you how you can add paneling to the back of an island bench to dramatically change the look and feel of your kitchen. My kitchen is all white, and so at the moment, it's got a little bit of a stark feeling, and so I want to add a little bit more color, a little bit more dimension, add a little bit more texture into this kitchen. So I'm going to add some paneling to the back of this bench, and it is going to dramatically transform the look and feel of this kitchen. So let's jump into it. So what I'm going to do to start off with is I'm going to frame out the ends of the kitchen island. So I'm just going to build basically a box with a frame on each side, and then I'm going to put the paneling on the inside of that on the ends. What I'm then going to do on this end is I'm going to leave a 12mm overlap so that once I put the paneling on the back, it's going to sit perfectly flush with the edge of the bench, because that's going to act almost like a trim, and I'm just going to use that to sit the panel up against, and it's going to fit perfectly. So I'm going to do that bit first, and then I'm going to go along and panel the whole back of the bench. So I'm going to be using this thin pine paneling, as I mentioned, and I'm going to overhang it 12mm over the edge so that then when the panels come up against it, it's going to fit perfectly flush. So all I need to do is get 2 of these strips, and then I'm going to cut them to the height of the bench and then put them on either side. And then when I install the panels on the inside, I'm going to have to cut the last panel down using the circular saw and a straight edge so that that's going to fit in there perfectly between these 2 edge pieces. So when you're doing something like this, in reality, both sides of the bench should be the same height, but I can actually see there is a mil discrepancy between the 2 edges. So one side is 86.9 and the other side is 87. So I'll just cut those pieces 1 mil different so that we don't have like a little gap on one side. So I've got to cut these 2 pieces down. So I'll do the first one at 86.9. And so when we're doing something like this and every mil matters, it's even more important that you make sure that your saw is adjusted correctly so that your blade is going to be on the outside of the piece you actually want to keep. So make sure that if you're doing something like this, every mil does matter. So you don't want to just sit your blade down the middle of your line. You want to make sure that you've got your blade on the wastage side so that your entire piece is directly the length that you need it to be. Just put some safety gear on. So I'm just going to make sure that my blade is sitting on the waist side of that line, and then I'm just going to cut straight through this piece. And then the next one was going to be 87. And you're always better to cut a little bit too big than a little bit too short, because it's easy to take a little bit extra off. It's not so easy to add a little bit extra on. So if you are at all hesitant, cut a little bit too big and then you can trim it down a little bit. So as I mentioned before, once again, just making sure you line up the edge of your blade with the waist side. So this one is just a tiny little bit too long, so I just need to take 1 mil off it. So I'm just going to line this up a tiny little bit, take off. Okay, so as you'll be able to see, I've got the panels cut down for this side, but the end panel is going to need to be cut lengthwise as well, because it's going to not fit in. It would be pretty close actually in terms of being able to fit them, and I'm going to only have a tiny piece, but I still do need to have something in that gap. So I'm going to have to get 1 panel and just measure this distance, and then I'm going to have to cut this panel the same thickness so that I can put that piece on and then slide these all in and glue them all in together. Okay, so I've worked out that we need 15 mil, which is a really tiny piece. It's just a little bit annoying that we needed to fit that tiny little piece on there, but we only need a 15 mil. So we're just going to mark out here. I've just measured this and I'm just going to create a ruler line along here. And then I'm going to set my circular saw up with this straight edge. So the straight edge is going to go over here and the circular saw is going to come along here so that we can then cut this down to size. And we can just cut this tiny little piece off and we can clip that onto the other pieces. So I'm just going to clamp down the straight edge, get the measurement right for the circular saw to cut on this line, and then cut this strip off. The same thing is going to have to happen on the other end as well. So depending on how long your bench is, it's probably not going to end out perfectly that you're going to have the right size panels and you can just clip them all together and they're going to fit. So for every edge piece, you're probably going to end up needing to do this method. Okay, so I've now cut this tiny little edge strip. I'm just going to check to make sure it fits, and then we're going to put some glue on the back of all of these and start installing them. Yes, look at that, perfection. I came to the conclusion that it was easier to clip the next one on before you nail the previous one. So before I nail this one in, I clip the next one on, and then it enables me to make sure that I've got enough wiggle room to be able to get that next one on. Because if I nail this one down, it can be hard to slide the other one in behind. So before we can finish the back panel here, we need to just do this side because I can't butt this edge up against the edge without my overhang. So the same as what I did on the other side where I put the edge strip on and I had a 12 mil overhang. We just need to do the same thing on this side so that then that's going to slot in perfectly like it did on the other end. So I'm going to panel the other end and then put that piece in last. I'm just going to check my measurements because while the bench should be the same size everywhere, it is in fact not the same size everywhere. So just making sure that I'm getting these cut correctly. So I'm just going through and I'm going to fill all of the nail holes. And then I am going to also fill this little crack here.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling, I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
I've now finished adding the paneling to the bottom of the kitchen bench, and it really does elevate the space. So by adding this paneling and then painting it the Havana brown, it's just created a little bit more warmth in the space and just given us something as a little bit of a contrast to the all white, because I literally had white cabinetry, white bench tops, white splashback, everything was white. And I really felt like I needed to break that up a little bit. Although when we were adding the paneling in, my husband was sure that he really wanted to paint the paneling white, but I did convince him to let me paint the paneling brown. Well, let's be honest, he didn't really have any choice in the fact anyways, but he is actually really happy with the way that it turned out. And in this instance, he thinks that adding the chocolate brown was right. Adding paneling to the back of your bench is actually a really cost-effective way to increase the value and also the visual appeal of your kitchen. Depending on what paneling you use, you can actually get panels for about $200. Sometimes if you want to go a more premium, luxurious look like a timber panel, you might end up with about $1,000. But for anything ranging from $200 to $1,000, you can get panels and put them onto the back of your kitchen bench, and it will dramatically increase the look and feel of your kitchen. I've done lots of kitchen makeovers, budget style, from $500 all the way up to $20,000. And when it comes to kitchens, this is a really great way to get a visual impact for not a lot of money. So if your kitchen is feeling a little bit flat and you would like to do something about it, think about what you could add to the back of your kitchen island. Have a look at a few different options. Like I said, you can just get some pine paneling, you can get some MDF if you want to go really budget, or you could get some hardwood or a featured timber. Add that to your back of your island and your kitchen is going to feel very dramatically different for not a lot of money and not a lot of work, because this paneling was able to be done in one day. I installed all the paneling and then painted 2 coats of paint in just one day. So it's definitely something that you can do too. I hope you've enjoyed the step-by-step video about how to add paneling to the back of your islands. If you have, make sure you hit subscribe and like and leave me a comment, because that's going to help boost this video and to reach more people. And my whole goal here at Her DIY Home is to help as many women as I can create their dream home on a budget. I'll see you in the next video.